All right, guys, today we are going to be doing page 226 in our math workbook, which you see right here. And then we are going to do the back side only of 3-16 in our homework and remembering. So find this page and we will be ready to go. All right, let's look at the top right here. The students at Liberty Elementary collected pennies for a fundraiser. Sometimes at FES we do contests like this, and then they put a container for each grade down by the office. Who remembers doing that? And we collect change, and then we see which grade collected the most. That looks like what they're doing. So we have each grade right here, and then of course their number of pennies that each grade got. So you can look to see who was the highest, who collected the most pennies. Ding, 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 grade 4, it looks like, right, with 609. Who collected the least pennies? Looks like first grade with 225. So they're going to ask you some questions below about the chart, okay? So you're going to need to look up to get your numbers. So let's draw our lines across, so in case we need to show our work with a problem, right? All right, first question. How many pennies did grade 2 and grade 5 collect? Okay, so that's going to be my first problem. I look up at my chart and I'm going to see together how much grade 2 and 5 got. So grade 2, we know that we're going to be adding because we're figuring out the two grades together. So grade 2, doesn't matter which number goes on top, was 430. You know what? I'm going to use black there so that because I know I'm over the letters a little bit. So I'm going to use black. Okay. All right. So 436 for second grade. And then I'm going to add fifth grade, which was 342. And then I'm going to add. All right. 6 plus 2. See if you can do it before Mrs. Hagen. 6 plus 2. 8, 3 plus 4, I bet you're beating me, 7, and 4 plus 3, 7. So the pennies that they collected together, I move my answer over to my line, and then my word after many is pennies, and I am good to go. Now that was a plus one. They aren't always going to be plus, so you need to look at how the problem is stated. All right, number 16. How many more, very important, pennies did grade 1 and 3 together collect than grade 4? So we got a two-step problem here, don't we? So we want to break it down. First of all, we need to know how many pennies did grade 1 and 3 collect together. That's our first step. We're not going to worry about grade 4 yet. So you're going to go ahead and add grade 1, 2, 2, 5. I'm trying to leave room for both my problems. Maybe you can too. 1 and 3 plus 5, 17. Add those two up, and then we're going to see, then we're going to take grade 4 and subtract what we get for our answer. So let's go ahead and add. 7 plus 5. 12, 2 plus 1 plus 1, 4, and 2 plus 5, 7. Now, the reason we have two problems is because we want to take our new total, 742, that's for grades 1 and 3, and we want to get the difference between grade 4 and that number. So when I look up at grade 4 up here, it's 609. So how am I going to get the difference between those two numbers? Whenever I see difference, or how many more, like they said right here, I'm going to be subtracting, which means I'm going to put my big number on top, and I'm going to figure out the difference. So I'm going to subtract grade 4. All right, now I'm subtracting. Can I take away 9? Bigger on the bottom. Can't do that, can we? So I need to go next door, borrow from my 4, cross it out, put a 3, come back over here and make a 12. Now I can subtract. 12 take away 9, 3, 3 take away 0, 3, and 7 take away 6, 1. So 133 pennies is our answer. All right, that was a little bit trickier because there were two problems. Let's look at number 17 together. Is the total number of pennies collected by grade 1 and 4, okay? Now remember, we're going to need to take both of those numbers. Is the number of pennies collected by grade 1 and 4 greater than or less than the number collected by grades 3 and 5? Another two-step problem, right? So first I need to figure out grades 1 and 4 together, right here. Grades 1 and 4. So take those two numbers. I'm going to make mine just a little bit bigger here. Oops, we've got to be able to see the chart though, don't we? All right, here we go. We are going to add 1 and 4 together. So I have 225. This is, I should be writing a little smaller. 1 and then plus 609. We're going to do that step first. Okay, then we're going to compare it to 3 and 5, and we're going to see which one is less than or greater than. So add that up first. All right. 9 plus 5. 14. Carry my 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. 6 plus 2 is 8. So I took care of these two grades right now. That's what I just added up. Now I need to add up grade 3 and 5 and see which one is bigger. So go ahead and take your grade 3 and 5. Make a little line here. Grade 3 and 5 is 517 plus grade 5, 342. I'm going to add, and we're going to see. Okay, so start adding that one. 7 plus 2, 9. 1 plus 4, 5. 5 plus 3, 8. Ooh, it was close, wasn't it? So let's look back at their question now. They want to know if the total number of pennies collected by grade 1 and 4, that's this, is it greater than or less than this number? Is 834 less than or greater than 859? Okay, what do you think? Less than, right? Yep, so for our answer, since we have our problems over there, we're just going to answer the question, which is it's less than grades 3 and 5. Okay, so we're comparing those two numbers, aren't we? All right. I'm going to say that this is kind of a bonus question right here. This will be a fun one for you to figure out if you want to try it. It says the total number of pennies collected by which 3 grades adds up to 900. All right, guys, so notice that we are now saying about 900, which means it's not going to be exactly 900. So I'm going to give you a clue, and I'm going to tell you that one of the 3 grades, remember there's 3, one of the 3 grades is first grade. So that's going to be one of your numbers. So I need you to find 2 other numbers, okay? And then add them up, and it's going to be close to 900. It's not going to be quite there, okay? So that is that. And then meet me on the homework and remembering side for 3-16. All right, this looks very familiar, doesn't it? Because it's the same kind of thing we just did. That's why it's on the remembering side. So we have some schools, and then we have some numbers of students in each school. So you're going to answer 2 questions that have to do with the chart. All right, here we go. First one says, what is the total number of students at Audubon and Rivers? So I look up to my handy dandy chart, and I'm going to put dots by these 2 because those are the 2 that I'm going to add up. I have lots of room, so maybe I'll add them up here, okay? So I'm going to add up 269 plus 468 to figure that out, okay? I'm not going to add that because I want you to do it on your own. And then my second question says the total number of students at which 2 schools, they're not telling you which ones, is about 900. So just like when that rounding one on the previous page, you're going to find 2 schools that are very close to 900, okay? So figure that one out. And I think, let me see here. I'm gonna give you a little clue and tell you that one of them is Pine Middle School, okay? So that's going to be one of your schools. What's the other one where when you add them up, they're going to be very close to 900? Another thing you could do if you wanted to make it simpler is you could round 382. That's 400 if I'm rounding to the nearest hundred. And then the other school that you pick has to round to 500, doesn't it? Okay, so look up at your chart and see which number is going to round to 500. And then you'll have your 2 schools. All right, we are not doing proof drawings. We are just subtracting. And I'm going to say that this is extra credit, so that means you just have 1 story problem. And you will be good to go. All right, have an awesome day, guys.